So good morning. My name is Cécile TEZENAS du MONTCEL. I'm a business development manager for HP for virtual reality. So quickly, to resonate with epic slide, HP, you may know HP. We are celebrating the 80 years anniversary this year. So we are kind of experienced old lady of the IT industry. And we have been inventing since then. HP, if you don't know, is the company who created the Silicon Valley at that time. And we are still there, and we continue to reinvent. VR is clearly the next generation of inventing technology, and that's why we are in. And we are proposing VR solution for our professional customers. And that's what I want to go through here today. So our strategy is to position ourselves as the one-stop player for our professional customer that are developing content, creating VR or experiencing VRs. Clearly, we are number one in PC industry and printer industries, and we have large customers in professional environment, and we see them developing more and more VR solution and asking us to be their single point of contact. So that's what we are building up. And to do VR, I think probably everybody knows in this audience that you will need, it's about solution. It's not about buying a headset itself or just a PC. You need an entire solution. And that's why within HP, we are putting together a solution stack that's help us to provide to our B2B customers the entire solution. So we are producing a set of our own. We have a set of powerful VR-ready PCs, and we are putting in place partner program with content creators, software vendors, and channel partners to distribute the overall solutions. So if you imagine one company that wants to do VR, they can go to us, and we will supply the entire stacks. In the other way, if you are small software vendors and you want to expand to larger B2B ecosystem, we can go with you to sell together the entire solution. So just quickly, I'm just showing what are our current VR-ready PC portfolio. So we have a notebook, which is the ZBook 17. It's VR-ready. We have a backpack. So it's more to be untethered experience of VR. And we have a set of VR-ready towers. So you see you have a very, very large selection. You can select any type of graphic cards you want to do your best performance in VR and have several generation of processor, etc. So almost no limits in the configurability for your needs to create content or to experience VR. And what I want really to focus on today, it's the brand new headset that we announced. Will be difficult to do everything with one hand, but so we announced it yesterday. You may have seen it in the press, and we are very lucky in Laval today because this is the first time in the world that this headset is shown publicly. This evening it will be shown at GTC in the US, but this is really in advance. So Laval is the first one to see it. Yeah. So HP Reverb is the virtual reality headset. We have a professional edition. It has been designed ground up for professional users. And basically what we did last year, we asked our customers, what do they do? What are your pain points? How can we help you to make better and easier to use headset? So that's why we come to the HP Reverb. So we quickly go on the specification of this headset. It's basically we focus on comfort of usage and resolution. So it's ultra light and with twice the clarity of our current Windows Mixed Reality headset. It delivers, it's a combination of 4K time 2K, so it's a 2160 x 2160 resolution glasses. On top, we increase the comfort, so we make it, as you can see, it's super light and less bulky than any type of headset you can see on the market today. We are adding immersive audio, and we make it free for deployment. You have integrated Bluetooth in it, so that you don't need, for pairing with the controller is really seamless. You don't need to have a Bluetooth card. And for multi-user experiences, we have removable parts and washable parts. So if I consider, for example, arcades rooms that are one of the most growing business of VR, when you have multi-users every day, it's very good to be able to replace and wash all the components. So really focusing on comfort and resolution. So 2 times the resolution the previous generation, 2160 by 2160, and 33% lighter than our previous generation. So we announced it yesterday. It will be available in May. And just when I'm finished, I'm happy to welcome you on Immersion booth on E4 when you can really test it. Because VR, you know, all of you, it's nice to have it on slide. It's better to really see, to feel how light it is and how great the resolution makes. So just like one quick view, when you can see the different resolution on this side, you have the new headset and the previous one. We clearly see you have much more pixel, and you no longer see the pixelization of the image, basically, with this such high resolution. So 20% less bulky, so volumetrically it's smaller, lighter. So it's only 433 grams, which make it one of the lightest HMD on the market. Integrated microphone, easy to flip and adjustable headphones to be more immersed in the sounds. And as I mentioned, so more worry-free deployment. So it's based on, you have in and out tracking system, so you don't need trackers. Integrated Bluetooth and removable and face cushion. So it's kind of an easy plug and play. We have, for example, some customers that are using it for customer visits. So you come to your customer to show the new design. For example, you have a notebook and this in your bag, and you just open it up and you can demo the VR without any setup. Really seamless and worry-free deployment. So that's a product. As I say, you can test it. And I just want to show you some of our use cases, because we see more and more customers looking for and deploying VR. We have designed the HP Reverb from ground up for professional usage, and we are focusing on these 4 type of use cases. So the first and biggest one is architecture, automotive, and product development. Second one is training, and training is really massively transforming all the industry, healthcare, and location-based entertainment. So it will just give you some example. So the biggest one, so architecture, construction, product development. A survey we recently did with the architectural firm shows that 62% have already implemented VR, either for design or for showrooms. And also, if you ask for, there was some discussion on Airbus or Arianespace, etc. A lot of large companies are using VR for design reviews, and it's really proving significant return on investment. Roughly 30% return on the cost for designing a complex product, because it's reducing the time for designing, more iteration, less prototyping, etc. So with this new HP Reverb, with this higher resolution, the designer will be able to interact with scale model at a much higher resolution, so you can see much more detail. Technically, you could look at the entire aircraft CAD or a beam with all the detail of the beam. You can see them now with the resolution. So it's better reviews for collaboration, more design iteration, less prototyping, and immersive customer presentation. So I just want to show you one of our customer examples. So Alstom. So we're in France. I pick a French customer, and they are using VR in different use cases. So it's in French, subtitle in English.
Bienvenue au siège d'Alstom. Dans la transformation digitale d'Alstom, il y a une partie très importante, c'est la maquette numérique, la réalité virtuelle et la réalité augmentée. Une des caractéristiques principales de nos maquettes numériques, c'est la lourdeur. On travaille avec beaucoup de données. C'est pour ça qu'on a besoin de beaucoup de puissance de calcul et c'est pour ça qu'on a fait le partenariat avec HP.
Les applications de réalité virtuelle nécessitent l'utilisation d'équipements performants sur nos différents systèmes, par exemple, que ce soit le grand écran qui possède un cluster de PC ou nos casques ou les systèmes mobiles. On va avoir besoin de machines qui ont une puissance de calcul assez importante.
Dans le secteur ferroviaire, le premier train, il est aussi livré au client. Le train zéro n'existe pas. Donc, on le fait en simulant toutes les opérations, tous les assemblages chez nous. Des clients qui chargent, on travaille avec les clients et design and styling pour pouvoir faire le rendu réaliste de premier train, voir aussi tous les pièges et tous les assemblages, toute la fonctionnalité, même les essayages de nettoyage de verre de vitrage à côté du siège, on peut les essayer, on peut s'immerger à l'intérieur. Une fois le rendu réaliste, il est validé avec les clients, on enchaîne avec la mécanique. On conçoit avec nos ingénieurs toutes et chacune des pièces et on les modélise en 3D. Donc comme vous imaginez, on a des millions de pièces à modéliser. En train, c'est très complexe et c'est pour ça qu'on a besoin de puissance de calcul. Une fois la maquette numérique elle est complète, on va s'immerger à l'intérieur pour pouvoir valider les opérations d'assemblage et la maintenance. Pour pouvoir s'immerger librement, on aura besoin d'un casque de réalité virtuelle qui ne soit pas lié aux fils et aux ordinateurs qui sont distants. Le HP ZVR Backpack permet d'avoir l'ordinateur sur son dos et être complètement autonome. Un exemple, c'est pouvoir se déplacer dans un train avec un fauteuil roulant en toute liberté de mouvement.
Alstom étant un groupe global, nous avons plusieurs sites de par le monde. C'est pourquoi nous avons intégré des équipements mobiles de réalité virtuelle qui nous permettent de collaborer ensemble à distance. Ces équipements mobiles, comme par exemple ce kit mobile, sont équipés d'un projecteur courte focale et de 2 stations de travail HP ZBook. Avec nos applications, nous sommes capables de collaborer à distance entre différents systèmes. Donc par exemple, un kit mobile, un casque de réalité virtuelle et le grand écran.
So I wanted to share you this example because first it shows that VR is no longer just a geek technology somewhere. It's becoming mainstream and all the industries are right now considering using VR and deploying VR. And second, you see the different, it's impacting all the company business unit. You have marketing using it for sales showrooms. You have design review. And of course, then it's jump to the next session. You will have repair and manufacturing that will start using VR for training and simulation. And here, this is really where we see the biggest opportunities on VR, and the largest deployment we have are in training for the moment. VR enables safer and repeatable training with higher retention rate. So this is very interesting data. You may know, and this is human. When you are listening here, I'm almost sure that if I'm coming back in 1 year, you will remember 5% of what I've said. 5%. If I give you a book that you will have to read with the same thing, you will remember 10%. If I would have done it in VR, you would have remembered 75%. So it's just because the way the brain is working, the way we learn when we practice. If you remember, I don't think anybody has ever learned to ride a bicycle by PowerPoint. Oh. And the same for anything. VR is kind of getting closer to the real experience. So that's why for training, it's a massive shift of all the industry, all the training industry. The companies are considering VR everywhere. And IDC, which is an analyst of all the IT market, is predicting that VR and XR generally will transform 20% of all the training will be done with VR in the next 2 years. So it's massive transformation. So with this new headset, we bring high resolution and comfort. So comfort makes it's okay, it's better because, for example, when you think Volkswagen is training 10,000 operators for their assembly lines, when you have a lot of people to train, it's better to have a headset which is easy to to wear, easy to change operators, etc. And the high resolution allow you to create more visual details and greater immersion. So here I will show you some example of a partner we are in the US that is creating VR trainings. So there are software and content creators for different training situations, mainly in industry maintenance and security training.
The skilled labor crisis is making hiring and training more difficult and expensive. With a small pool of talent, costs, mistakes, and risk all go up. That's reality. But what if you could create a new reality? Pixo VR training unlocks human potential, teaching the best way possible through hands-on experience. Trainees explore fully immersive and interactive 3D workspaces that dissolve the barrier between virtual and actual reality, keeping them mentally and physically engaged. Turn mistakes into learning opportunities with story narratives that change behavior, improve performance, and reduce errors, all in a risk-free setting. Create efficiency and enable collaboration with groundbreaking multi-user VR that allows dozens to train in a single session from anywhere at any time. Close the skills gap faster with our innovative randomization engine, which exposes trainees to millions of scenarios, a career's worth of experience, in just days or even hours. Create a culture of safety with pulse-pounding simulated consequences that vividly demonstrate the importance of procedures and compliance. Best of all, our advanced data tracking and real-time reporting provides instant feedback for trainees and critical insight for employers. Evolve your workforce. Choose an experience from our growing content library or get a custom VR training solution for your business. Create a new reality with Pixo VR.
So here it's also selling together. So Pixo VR is a company selling in the US. In the US, we are approaching our customers with their software and our hardware together. So, and I'm sure, and I know, in Europe we have similar companies where we could work with together to sell entire solution. So quickly, so those two, product development, AEC, and training are the main focus. There are some others. Healthcare is also a big growing segment, mainly for training and also for pre-surgical visualization and patient engagement, and as well as some therapy. So there are a lot of amazing healthcare use cases, and similarly having a high resolution will help typically the practitioner to do a better rehearsal of the operation. Last thing, location-based entertainment. This is the fastest growing industry we see, and for which we are developing products. And LB is all about seeing, feeling, and believing for total immersion. So the more immersed you are, the better. Having higher resolution will allow them to make more fantastic experience, and having a lighter headset will make the customer almost forgetting they are in VR. So just one example, if you go to London, this is one of the best VR experience I've done, artistic, and they are equipped with our backpack and HMDs. So actually it was supposed to stop in January, they extended to end of April, and I see every countries, we see this location-based entertainment solution that are really very popular. It's creating a new way for artists to express themselves, and it's really booming industry. So just to finish, a quick recap of our VR specific family. So we have our previous generation. We are reselling Vive. And we are our new HP Reverb VR headset. So you will see it will be very affordable when you consider the super high resolution we will get. We're also putting in place what we call an ISV partner program. So ISV, it's independent software vendor solution. So for all these companies, and maybe some of you are, creating content or software for VR, we can have agreement together to propose your solution to our customers so that we sell together the entire solution. So this program will come very soon. In 1 month or 2 will be available for registration. And this one I will go fast. And if we think about what we are considering, and here I will not go much in deep. I think there are much more knowledgeable people here. But what we are working on is for the future is bioanalytics. The phone is ringing. And in headset advertising, characters, avatars with artificial intelligence, smaller form factor, and XR capable headset. So clearly, we have a development team in HP, and we are investigating all these options. So you see today, we are launching this new headset. You can continue to follow us for the next year. And to finish, come and test it at Immersion Booth E4. Thank you very much.